Hi, I'm Talith, and today we're looking at the Seath Headshot build. The Seath has a 2x headshot multiplier, making it the highest headshot damage weapon in the game. If you're tired of attractor field spam and shooting into a blue ball every fight, then the Seath is the weapon for you. The Seath doesn't rely on ability cooldowns. It doesn't require you to be spiced every fight, and it definitely doesn't need you to bring 5 stacks of ammo just to kill a boss. All the Seath needs you to do is click on the enemy's head. In addition to its great headshot multiplier, the Seath can use the amazing Rafik Snubnose Heavy Kit augment, which gives it 2 damage bonuses, flat damage and headshot damage. The penalty to rate of fire is hardly even a drawback because we need time to aim our shots anyway. If you want a Seath, you can find it in Testing Station 195, that's the poison one, and the augment Rafik Snubnose Heavy Kit can be found in Testing Station 152, the electric one. Here's the best way to augment the Seath. Of course we want the Heavy Kit. The next priority is Heavy Caliber Upgrade, and once you've unlocked the 3rd augment slot, you can add a Tactical Enhancer for better burst, or the Rafik Snubnose Expander if you'd rather have a bigger clip size. I still only have 2 weapon augments unlocked, and I've been clearing 40s using the Seath without a problem. For the skills we make a lot of familiar choices, picking up the regular CC abilities, but we say no to Attractor Field and Center of Mass, maxing the Marksman technique and adding 3 points into headshot damage instead. You could take Explosive Grenade as a way to trigger reflexive reload in boss fights, instantly reloading your Seath, but it's not necessary. You could also take Death from Above, but if it doesn't fit your playstyle, you can skip that as well. In this build and many others, you'll see me taking 2 levels in the Solid Stance passive for reduced poise damage. This passive helps a lot in the Electric Testing Station boss, allowing you to resist the stagger inflicted by his shots. But even at level 1, Solid Stance has value because it will stop drill shots from staggering you. You can find a link to the skill trees I'd recommend in the description. The Seath doesn't rely on Attractor Field, so we want to lean into this advantage as much as we can. Our damage is going to be a little less than the meta shotgun build, but we don't make this sacrifice for nothing. When using the Seath, you have more freedom of choice, and if you don't want to swap skills for every boss fight, you don't have to. The Seath isn't going to lose half its damage because you didn't mess around in the menus before every fight. You can even run a lighter skill point version of this build and pick up some extra Planetologist skills instead, enabling you to farm resources and clear testing stations without the need for respecs. The Seath isn't just a shotgun but worse either. It actually does a better job at killing unshielded enemies, especially when you can catch them as they're spawning. The Seath's reliance on headshots for damage means it has a higher skill floor than the shotgun, but it's also more rewarding to play. For a no-switch loadout I would run Knee Charge, Weeding Step and Compel, with Marksman, Manipulate Instability, and Suspensor Dash for the techniques. Compel and Marksman are the only skills I would always keep, so if you prefer to run Sugar Wire Claw, Energy Capsule, or other abilities, they will work too. Discipline Breathing is a nice replacement for Suspensor Dash if you want some extra stamina regeneration. If you'd like to run a separate loadout for the boss, I'd recommend Explosive Grenade, Energy Capsule, and Compel for your abilities. I don't recommend the Exploit Weakness technique for this build, because a weak spot it creates is random, so we'll rarely get any value out of it. For armor choices, I'd recommend running a Pincushion set or a Bulwark set with Dart Mitigation Augments. During this boss fight, I stow and redraw my weapon to make my shield come back online faster. Doing this trick can allow you to sneak in some extra shots that would otherwise make you vulnerable to attack. Reloading your weapon will also have a similar effect. I still use Compel and Energy Capsule in this fight, just like I would when using any other gun. I stick close to the entrance so I can remain orientated in the arena, and make the boss use Suspensor Blast as often as I can. You could run Explosive Grenade and Reflexive Reload, but in this fight you already have a lot to keep track of, so I prefer not to use it. Here I was 100% certain that I had transitioned the boss into the next phase, so I was completely unprepared for the lightning. I keep my cool and immediately compel him to reduce my chance of dying to a follow-up attack.
This will bring you down. You're no match for the machine. You've seen too much. You're no match for the machine.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you can like it and subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions, you can leave a comment and I'll do my best to answer them.